Hi, blessings follow you, my online family. I pray that this message meets you well. I pray my heart desire is to see you succeed. My heart desire is to see you smile. I wish above all things that you will be in health, you will prosper. God bless you. I still remain your friend, Pastor Peter Peters, and I just have one instruction I want to give you. And I believe God, if you follow it, you will laugh. Believe you me as I believe God. If you obey this word of the prophets, you will be established. If you want establishment, we just have 1 month for those years. One thing you will do and you will smile. One thing you will do and you will smile. Believe you me, if you do this thing I'm about to tell you, have this at the back of your mind that I will smile. It will work. So what is that thing? Get me a bowl. Just get a bowl, a washing hand basin like this. Okay, this is small. My video color changed. The color actually is blue in color, but you can get any color you want. Just a small washing hand basin like this. Another thing you do, you get me crayfish. This is crayfish. Get this crayfish, and we just have 1 month for those years to come to an end. A month and some weeks for this month to come to an end. And I don't know what you've been pursuing from January up to date. At this point, you feel like the whole world is crashing. You feel like God has failed you. You are beginning to calculate the areas you didn't meet up, the area you wasted, the area you couldn't gather. At this point, you feel like, I just want to know that all you've lost can be restored. All you've lost, the Lord will double them. The Lord will restore them if you follow this instruction. You're gonna do this for me. Just get me a bowl. Get me a bowl. I don't know, whatever you have, being a washing hand basin, being a basin, anything that you can use to pour a water. Pour water inside it. Then get me a small handful of crayfish. There are people that say they don't have crayfish in their country, and someone said to me they don't have crayfish, and I now asked them, if I ask her to search for crawfish, that crawling fish that crawls, and okay, she promised she will get that. Now one thing is this, that crawfish, if you don't have it, there is no how you won't have a fish, I think. But best is crayfish. Why this crayfish is because this thing is so looked down upon, and I want you to spiritually understand the meaning of this. And for those that joined in our 3-night prayer, 2 nights that just passed last week, we prayed with crayfish against the breaking the witchcraft pot. I just believe you follow this instruction. Sorry, and what we did here is what we are doing now is what we did on that night video, but we did 2 different things on this same crayfish, but I'm just going to tell you one. And this is one thing I want you to do for financial open doors, for things to turn around again for you. If you want to end this 2022 with a tangible testimony, if you want to end this 2022 recovering all your loss, this is a small crayfish. As a matter of fact, this is not even up to 100 naira here, so you can get the smallest. I just wanted to use this to show. This is just a little I brought out to show you what I want you to do. So what are you going to do with crayfish? As simple as this is, give me a washing hand basin, put a full water, not really to the brim, enough water to almost close to the brim. Let it not get to the full, let not be full, feed up. Just get water, pour enough water, then pour crayfish inside it. Allow this crayfish, once you pour it, you will see that the crayfish will be in the water. But when you go and return, give it like 30 minutes to an hour, just for some minutes, you will find out that the water will start changing color. It will change color to brown, that not that really brown, But this crayfish color, the whole water crayfish color will be on the water. Now, why crayfish? That's one thing I want to talk to you before I'll tell you what you do with the crayfish water. This crayfish is so much looked down upon, but it is something that somehow most people can't do with. It is something that is looked down upon, like we used to say, na crayfish make na condition make crayfish bend. A lot of condition has met this crayfish that makes it not to be as gigantic as other fish. There are fish that you can't use it as a fish, but it can give taste more than fish. I hope you get that. You can't use this as a fish to cook soup. When you cook something or rice stew without with fish, without crayfish, that soup will be tasteless. But you can cook soup with meat, with fish, with every other ingredient without crayfish in that your soup. Unless it's someone who doesn't eat crayfish. As long as you eat crayfish and you go to a place, they give you a meal, like a soup, especially without crayfish. Once you taste, no matter how plenty pieces of maggot that is inside that soup, once you taste it, be someone who knows very well the taste of crayfish in a meal, once you taste that food, you will understand that you will just understand that there is no crayfish in that soup. So it is something that is so nutritious, something that is so important in our lives, in our health. It gives us nutrients that we need. But one thing is, it is so looked down upon, so spiritually. I don't know where when you see that crayfish condition has made me to bend, when you're supposed to go higher, but you are not where you are because your life is just like a crayfish. You are so looked down upon, so picked. So that is why you should use this to restore the lost glory, because you have a taste, but you are not valued. You have a glory, but it's not being seen. You are born to rule, you are born to succeed. There is that glory, but you are being, there is something that has taken you from where you ought to be to where you are now, which is not where God placed you. So you're going to do for me with this crayfish is this: put it in a bowl, water, pour water, enough water, let it get to the brim, or not really to the brim, but enough. Allow the crayfish to be, let it ferment. It's not really going to ferment to a point it will no smelling. No, let it just change enough color. So the color of the water will change. What you're gonna do is pick the crayfish. Use what's it called, sieve. Use sieve to pick the crayfish, the whole crayfish. Let it just remain the water. You're gonna pray. I wish you would do this every night before you go out the next day, so that you'll be able to bath. Before you go to bed, you use it, wash your hand, pray very well. Pray, say, God, because this crayfish has an odor. Anywhere you put something, you put crayfish, open a door, you will perceive, there is sweetness, that sweet aroma of crayfish. Once you're cooking a soup with crayfish, you will perceive the sweet aroma. You can make a soup with stockfish. Despite the sweetness of stockfish, without crayfish, it won't give taste. You can make a soup with ice fish. Despite the sweetness of ice fish, without crayfish, but you can make soup only with crayfish without soup, and it will be sweet. So that is why you need this for God to restore. Don't ask me, is it biblical? Don't ask me why are we turning it, but believe this prophet, you will succeed. Believe God for prosperity. Believe God for establishment. Then believe your prophet for prosperity. If you want to prosper, I want you to prosper from now to the end of this year. Believe you do this constantly every night. Pray. Doesn't have like do it once or twice. Do it. You will see a new thing. In the morning, take your normal bath and go out. You will your aura will attract good news. It will attract customer. It will attract good people. People will, as once you see you pass and you perceive an aroma, you look back. That's how people will be perceiving your glory, and they will like to do business with you. They will like to favor you. They will like to associate with you. So what you're doing with is, once it changes color, pray with it, take it and wash your feet. Wash your foot, wherever. Wash it from the ankle to down, and wash your hand. As simple as that. Wash your feet from your ankles to the toes. Wash and pray. Prayer solves problem. Prayer changes things. Prayer heals. Prayer restores. But prayer without faith is dead. So when you're praying, you apply your faith. As you're praying with this, you say, God, as this arrow is smelling the whole house, because I know once you do it in your apartment, it will, you perceive it. So shall people see me and favor me. So shall life be easy. So shall my smell attract good people. Wash your feet from your ankle. Wash your hand. Probably you want to clean your face with it, fine, but then make sure that whatever my hand touches shall be blessed. My feet will not take me to a place of rejection. My feet will not take me to a place of non-return. My feet will take me to a royal house. My feet should take me to a palace where I shall be celebrated and where new things will happen. And my hand will touch money. I will count money. Money will no longer dry in my hands. My hands will touch. Money will meet money in my hands. And let this be your prayer. As you are done praying them, believe God. And most of you, by the time you finish watching, the water will finish. Throw away the crayfish. Don't repeat same crayfish. You get me? Don't repeat same crayfish. Don't do same crayfish and you keep it for the next day. No, crayfish is as cheap as we'll see 100 naira, you see 15 naira. So always do that for financial favor. That's one thing I want you to do for financial favor. Then when you're doing it, God Almighty will be fighting your battles. Whatever that's been blocking your ways, your doors will open and your testimony will be complete. I want you to smile this year. I want you to laugh. God will do it and you will laugh again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Amen. God bless you. See you on top. I still remain your friend, Pastor Betta. Please click, join me for more notification. Love you. Amen. Go high and never go down in life. Bye.